Hi, this is Gary Williams with more Cabaret Secrets quick tips. I want to talk to you briefly today about how to get an agent. I get asked about this a lot. So you've gone through the whole process of creating a show, you've been performing it wherever you can, you think it's quite good, you now need representation so you can perform it more. It's very hard to get an agent. In cabaret, particularly in the kind of sort of small supper club type cabaret on land, you know, really, I mean, there are exceptions, but really there isn't traditionally a lot of money in it, and there's not a lot of work out there. It's going to be hard for anybody to sustain a full-time living working in small cabaret rooms, and because there's not a lot of money in it, our agents are often not that interested. There are agents, there are some great agents which you'll find on the Cabaret Secrets podcast. I've talked to some of them, but it's hard to find. Cruise ships is different because there is money in cruise ships and there's a lot of work in cruise ships as well, so you'll find it easier if you've got the right act to find an agent to represent you for working on cruise ships. If you want an agent, it's always better to go from personal recommendation. If someone has seen your show, they liked it, and they've got an agent that could help you, ask that person if they wouldn't mind providing an introduction to their agent. It's always going to be so much better. You know, again, there's a Cabaret Secrets podcast with my agent, Gary Parks, which if you want an agent, it's very, very useful because he tells it exactly as it is, what it's like getting hundreds and hundreds of emails every week from artists, some great, some terrible, that want to be represented. There's so much demand and they don't have time to, you know, trawl through each one. They don't even have time to respond to everyone. So a personal recommendation is going to help a lot. What should you send the agent? First thing, the most important thing is a fantastic showreel. A showreel, bit of debate about this, how long it should be. Personally, I think around 2-3 minutes is good. Personally, I think little bits of a few different styles of songs and a little bit of chat so that someone can watch it and instantly see within a few seconds, yes, they can sing, yes, they can talk, they look good, they're already doing it, you know, they're on a stage with a band, so I don't know where it was, but they're clearly doing it already. It looks like the finished article, the finished package. It looks like something I can book now. That's what you want to, so however the length is and whatever you put in it, just think about that. When you're deciding on how to edit your show reel, just think about the agent sitting there, hundreds of emails to get through. You want something that within the first few seconds is interesting and impactful to them and is going to make them at least flick through the rest of it on YouTube, you know, maybe watch the whole thing if they're interested. So killer show is the most important thing. You want to send it in an email, a YouTube link. Don't send the file, it's too big. It's going to take too long to download. And don't put it on some more obscure video hosting site. Just use YouTube, just put a YouTube link. It's easy, everybody knows it. A short bio. You can attach a full bio, but even then it doesn't want to be too long. Just bullet points of what you've done, your main credits. Maybe you've worked on Broadway in the West End, maybe you've been touring with some particular shows, whatever you've done. A good photograph that shows what you do, and maybe a set list for the two shows. You should be prepared to have 2 full 45-50-minute shows for cruise ships. You might not always need to do them on ships, you won't always be required to perform them, but you certainly should be prepared. Most contracts on cruise ships will require you to have 2 full contracts, so you should make sure the agent knows that you've got that. It's going to be hard for them just looking at a set list to know whether the show's any good or not, but they'll get the gist of the kind of material that you're doing. I wouldn't worry too much about having a strong theme for a show. The nice thing about being on cruise ships is you've got a captive audience. They're going to come to the show anyway because it's the main piece of entertainment on the show that night. So it doesn't need to be, like in my case, I sing swing and big band music. It doesn't need to be, you know, Gary Williams sings the music of Frank Sinatra. It can just be, you know, Gary Williams, this is my show. And the stuff that's in it doesn't have to be restricted because of a theme. Because if I was just doing big band Rat Pack music, and I thought I'd be really terrific if I sung this Broadway song there, but I can't because it doesn't fit with my theme, it doesn't matter. It's going to give you more options if you can just sing the material that's going to be best for the show on that particular ship. So sending all that stuff through to the agent, I would send an email. Well, actually, first of all, I would call. to get the right email address and the name of the person that you should address it to. I would do that. I would send the email and then I would follow it up with a phone call maybe a week later. And remember, polite persistence pays. So, just gently following it up. And really, if you talk to agents, they will say sometimes they're like, no, I haven't got time. I'm not interested. But you just want to get lucky. You want your stuff to be in front of the agent or to be at the front of their mind on the day that another artist like you has cancelled, that they can't do the gig. And they're suddenly going, oh, we need someone now to fly to Singapore to join a ship, in 2 days' time to do a show. All of our acts are already busy and booked. If you get your stuff in front of the agent a day or two before, on the day that happens, that will be your chance. And that's what, just keep be persistent, just keep doing it, because one day eventually you'll get lucky and then you'll get your chance, and then that'll be it. You'll have had a chance to prove yourself. Hope that's been useful for you. This is Gary Williams. You can find out a lot more at cabaretsecrets.com. There's links there to Amazon and to iTunes, where you can buy the book for iPad. And there are also about 80 free podcasts on the website as well. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the Cabaret Secrets channel on YouTube. I'll see you next time.